Hello guys and welcome to the Have Lab. My name is Babatunde Arolo, and today we're going to be talking about understanding equivalent fractions. Okay, so what this means is we're going to understand and see how fractions are being used in real life scenarios, and how each of these fractions, how they kind of correlate with um with working with real life, right? Okay, so let's look at this. This says the strip below is cut into six equal bars. Shade one third of this strip. Okay, so I'm going to use this example. I'm going to use it like, let's say I wrote a test. Okay, and in the test I got a 8/10. Right, so we know what this means. So this basically saying out of 10, 10 is the highest possible grade I could get. Right, this saying out of 10, I got an 8. Right, so out of 10, I got an 8. So that's basically what this is saying. Right, so we're going to use that kind of concept. We're going to put that kind of concept in these kind of problems, right? Okay, so this is saying shade one third of this strip. So they said the strip below is cut into six equal bars. That means this is cut into six equal bars. So there's one, two, three, four, five, six. And it's telling us to shade one third of this strip. Right? Okay, so let's look at this. Let's work with this based on this example. So it's telling us shade one third of this strip. Okay, so this is basically saying out of three, to shade one. Right? So every time there's a third strip, so every time we count three, we should always shade one. Right? So this is basically what we're being asked to do. So whenever we get a three, we should shade it one time. That's what it's saying. That's the same thing in this example. Right? So out of ten points, I only managed to get an 8. I only managed to get 8 points, right? So this is basically saying out of 10, every time there's a 10, I got an 8. Right? Every time like there's like the full amount of stuff I could get is 10. So every time there's a full amount, which is 10 in this case, I got an 8. Right? So in this case, every time there's a full amount, which is 3, I always shade by 1, right? And the full amount in this case is 6 equal bars, right? So, but in this fraction, we're given that is we're shading once for every 3 bars, right? So this denominator is the amount of bars that kind of goes ahead all the time, right? Okay, so this is saying after every 3 bars, as soon as whenever we go ahead and we're working with this, let's say we have 9 bars, right? So let me draw one, two, three. Let's say we have nine. Right? This is saying for every 3 bars that we can count, for every 3 bars that we count, we should always shade once. Okay, so this is saying every 3 bars. So every 3 bar we count, so let's say one, two, three, should only shade it once. Right? So we shade one, two, three, we shade it once, right? And so we come to the next one, we say one, two, three, also shade it once. Shade come here one, two, three, also shade it once. Right? So how many do we shade now? Three, right? Because the amount of bars here are 9, right? So this is the same thing we're going to use in this example, right? So we're going to look at this. We're using 6 equal bars in this case, right? And it's telling us to shade one third of this strip. So every time we count 3 bars, right, we should always shade it one time. Okay, so that means we're going to count one, two, three, and we'll shade it one time, right? And then we'll come over here and say one, two, three, and shade it one time. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So let's come over here and shade here, and also shade here. Okay, so let's check that. Hold on. Let's check that out. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at more practice into this problem. It says the pie below is cut into 8 equal slices. Shade half of this pie. Okay, so we're going to use the same example I used in the beginning of the video, right? So this is basically telling us every time we count 2 slices, we should shade one of the pie, right? It's because it's telling us to shade half of this pie. So this is saying every time we count two pies, every time we count 2 slices of pies, we should shade it once. We shade a slice once, right? So whenever we count, because in this case, this pie has 8 slices, so we're gonna have to cut it. We're gonna have to count it 4 times, right? So this is basically saying 1 over 2 times 8, right? Or you can also come here and also say, I can also come here and also count it like the way I did in the first example, right? You can also come here and say 1, 2, um, say 1, 2, then shade, because every time we count 2 parts, we should shade it once, right? Then come over here, 1, 2 also, we shade it once, 1, 2, shade once, 1, 2, shade once, right? We can do that, and we can also say 1 over 2 times 8. It'll still give us the same thing, right? So when we do that, when we say 1 over 2 times 8, that equals 4, because this is the same thing as 8 divided by 2, and 8 divided by 2 equals 4. So that means we're gonna have to shade 4 slices of the pie. Okay, so this is slice 1, slice 2, slice 3, slice 4. As long as there are 4 slices, we're good. Okay, so shade the slice, 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 and check. Okay, so let's look at another example. This is saying the strip below is cut into 8 equal bars. Shade 3/4 of this strip. So 3/4 basically means 3/4. Okay, so we're gonna have to shade 3/4 of this strip. So this is saying every time we count 4, we should shade strip 3 times, right? Based on what I said before, every time we count 4 in the bar, we should shade this bar 3 times. Okay, so or we can also say 3/4, which is a fraction, times 8. Okay, so 3/4 times 8. So this will be 3 times 8, because or we can just come over here and just divide. You can say one number is common between the bottom and the top, right? We know 4 can't divide 3. Okay, so cancel that out. But 4 can divide 8. When we do that, that'll be 1 here, that'll be 2. So this, what we're left with is 3 times 2 divided by 1 times 1, which equals 6. Okay, so this is telling us that we're gonna have to shade six bars in this 8, in the 8 bars that we have. So we're gonna have to shade only 6 of them, right? Or we can also come here and say every time we count 4 in these bars, we will shade it 3 times. We'll shade each of the bars 3 times. So let's say we count 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? We're gonna have to shade these 3 times. So shade this one, shade this one, and shade this one. But we won't shade this one because we're gonna have to shade only 3 times. So let's move to the next one, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? So we already counted 4. So we have to shade 3 times. So it's 1, 2, 3. So when we count these shaded parts together, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It gives us six parts, right? So we have to shade 6 bars. So either way, if you use this example or this, it doesn't really change anything. It's the same thing. So okay, so let's shade this. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So let's check that. Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much for watching the video, and I really hope it helped you out. And yeah, have a nice day ahead.